Hello everyone, welcome back. It has been a long time. Today I am here to talk to you guys about CBD and beauty. Yes, you heard me. First, I do want to mention that these are my opinions. This is my research. I am not paid by the company. I'm not sponsored. They were kind enough to give me a coupon code, but they have not paid me for this. Many of you guys thinking about this trend, CBD, what is happening, why is it so important, why is it in everything, like from mascara to lip balm to creams to bath bombs, and so I'm here to debunk that. So I was lucky enough to get a tour from Hemp of New York. What makes this place so special? First of all, I live in New York and it's a local farm. So that means that I can drive up there. They are so caring about their soil, about their whole process. It's a seed to shelf. So that means that they get the seeds, they plant the hemp plant, and they grow it, they harvest it, use their distillation process where they extract the CBD from the stems, the leaves, because they use full spectrum CBD in all their products, which is, we'll get into what that is and why that's important for our beauty. I'm going to show you little clips of the farm. There's going to be many more videos, but I just wanted to make a simple video, really quick, short and easy, talking about the farm, why I chose them, and why I believe that they are one of the highest quality CBD products out there. What I love about this company is that their ethic is just like amazing. They created this amazing, beautiful, clean product, and they could be selling it for a lot of money, right? Because that's usually what happens. This is, I mean, you guys will see like their extract is like super clear compared to what we see on the shelves, what people show us, what CBD looks like. And so this just speaks volumes of the quality control that they have, because they control every step of the process. And I actually got to go to the farm and check it out myself. So you get to see where your CBD comes from, which I have to wonder why nobody's asking this question. And what I love is that everything that they do is really well thought out. Everything is stored in the right temperature. Like all these questions that I ask for beauty products, for face products, for supplements, like all of this matters, especially with supplements and essential oils and all these kinds of oils and things like that. They're perishable, right? So if they're not stored properly in a cool environment that's dark, and they're not in the right case or container, they start losing the property of the oil. And when I went to the farm, you know, one of the things I asked was, when they have this huge rooms and this stock room of product, everything was refrigerated. Everything was in a cool, dark place. Everything was temperature controlled so that you get the highest available quality at all times, which is like super important to me and to all of us. So let's get started on the tour. I hope you like it. And we're gonna get into why CBD is the it in beauty. So a lot of us know, a lot of us are confused about what CBD is. And CBD is one of the 80 different cannabinoids. Cannabinoids is like the properties of the hemp plant. And so what makes it legal in New York and other states is that it has to have a less than 3%, 0.3% of THC. Because this is a full spectrum CBD oil, or, you know, this company that I love is a full spectrum product, meaning that you're getting the whole spectrum of the plant. You're getting the omegas, the flavonoids, the terpenes, you're getting the CBD, the CBN, the CBC, like all the different cannabinoids that they are able to extract and identify in the plants that they have harvested, and giving us those properties. So when it's a full spectrum CBD, you have the THC, which allows the CBD or the CBC or the CBB oil to really do its work more. So there have been studies where it shows that if you just have the CBD isolated and not with the THC, and you put that in a carrier oil, or they have research on this, it shows that it helps, let's say, bring down inflammation by 25%. If now when it's called, they call it the entourage effect. So when you take the THC and the CBD and you put them together, they work in combination, and the effects are so high when they are together, no pun intended, that the study showed that 75% of inflammation went down when they worked together synergistically, meaning that they use the whole plant and they use the different components of it that made it better for us. And why is that? Because we have this receptor in our bodies. We have cannabinoid receptors in our bodies. All mammals have them. It is said that this is in our breast milk. So when babies are crying or hungry, usually after they have their milk, they're like passed out or falling asleep. And so why that is important to note is that, first of all, we have these receptors, all mammals have them. When it is activated and when we have like a CBD full spectrum blend, it's able to bring us back into this homeostasis, which means that we get out of fight or flight and we go from parasympathetic, which is fight or flight, to sympathetic, which is where you actually get to relax, you get to calm down, you get to heal, you get to just be more balanced with your body and just fix and level out whatever needs to happen. And in today's modern age, that barely happens. I personally take it every day as like a multivitamin kind of thing. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, I take it as a multivitamin just because it helps you relax, it helps with anxiety. When it's full spectrum, not only do you get anti-inflammatory properties, which, as we know, for beauty and for life, it's super important, because a lot of beauty ailments or a lot of like acne or flare-ups come from inflammation. So if I'm ingesting this property, and they also have some creams that I use, but if I'm ingesting this and it is able to bring down my inflammation by 75%, I'm going to be taking it, because a lot of things come from inflammation and stress. So if this is helping me manage my inflammation and stress and anxiety, I'm already winning. And I don't have effects where I'm tired or I want to sleep. I'm very cautious about that. Like I said, it's taken me 5 years to really trust a company. And like I said, I went to the farm, so you guys will see the process where I am in the hemp fields, looking at the plants, understanding the dirt and the soil, really understanding how they process everything. Everything is super clean, which is super important, because I can promise you that you do not know where your CBD is coming from. The reason why I stress this farm not only just being local, being organic, non-GMO, and obviously they test, not obviously because a lot of companies don't test, but they test for heavy metals, pesticides. They have like their certificate of analysis is on the product. So like there's no question, and I love the transparency of the company. You can always call them and ask them, and they are always happy to answer. You have access to that certificate of analysis on every single packaging. Back to why it's so important to know where your hemp or your CBD is coming from. As a plant, it is known to pull dirt. It cleans the soil. So what the hemp plant does is it cleans the soil of all heavy metals and pesticides. So what does that mean? It means if your CBD is being grown in a farm where they're not taking care of the soil, you don't really know what's happening. Maybe it's next to like a facility where they dump things in the water may not be clean. Like there's so many different factors. If this plant pulls all the metals and all the pesticides and all the toxins from the dirt, if this is a cleaning plant, like meaning like it extracts this from the dirt so that it's not in the dirt, then that's going to go into the CBD, which is going to go into the product that you're ingesting. Therefore, you're drinking heavy metals, pesticides, a whole bunch of toxins that you don't need, and it's not going to help you. It's going to like unbalance you because you're trying to do something with your body. I'm always talking about organic and non-GMO because of this. However, you can get away with a lot of like not buying everything organic if you do your research correctly. But one thing that I will stress when you get CBD, it must be organic, it must be non-GMO, it must be third-party testing. You should be able to see the COA, which is a certificate of analysis. And why? Because you aren't putting that in your body. And so very few companies have this kind of transparency, which is why when I learned about this company, I was like over the moon. Like, I have to go here, or we have to get a tour, we have to, like, I need to go. Like, I was geeking out because it was like a dream facility, super clean. Everybody was super nice. So let's talk about the benefits of CBD. So CBD is obviously an anti-inflammatory. It has anti-inflammatory properties. And I want to tell you that these are my opinions. I'm not a doctor. They are not paying me. This company is not paying me to do this. Is not a sponsored video. And there's just no comparison. Really, you're going to see the clarity of their distillate, which is what they extract from the plant, and I mean the whole plant. You can see the clarity of that. It almost looks like honey. And the other companies, and I've seen a lot of them, look like a green tar kind of situation happening. So I just want you to start thinking in this way where is it coming from again? How do we know that this is pure? How do we know that it didn't like degenerate in transit? Was it stored correctly? Like, there's so many questions. Like, a lot of times we think, oh, you know, I'm getting this oil and it says 2,500 milligrams of CBD full spectrum. How do I know if it's true? It doesn't come in a dark bottle. Or how do I know that it was stored properly? Maybe by the time you actually get your product, it's maybe 1,000 milligrams or 500. But with this company, I'm telling you, till the last second, it is refrigerated, stored, like it is completely potent. It doesn't lose its potency. In the pet CBD, I mean, this is like almost gone, but because my dogs love it so much, it does come in a clear bottle, but that is like a whole different story, and it's really cool. But it's like a whole different story. As to why? Because they put it in a salmon oil, which is really actually good for the dog's fur. That's again another story. Yeah, so for the one for humans, it comes in a dark bottle, and all their stuff, you know, comes in a dark bottle. This is the medicated cream for pain, because sometimes I have pain. But let's get back. So some of the benefits of CBD is reducing pain and inflammation. Obviously, we spoke about that. There have been many studies where it shows that it aids in fighting cancer. And why that is because, again, your body's able to relax. It's able to get out of fight or flight. Therefore, there's like a whole ripple effect of like what's happening with your adrenals, what's happening with your body and its ability to heal and to just normalize everything. I mean, there's so many studies. I encourage you to look into them. I'm not here to talk about that. I am not an oncologist. So again, I'm just sharing my experience and my research with you. I'm trying to make it as quick and fun as possible. And I want you to understand why it is so important in our beauty. So it promotes healthy brain function, which we could all use because there's a lot of brain fog going around.